Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm the Fairy Tempest and this is episode 19 of the Black History Challenge, an adapted decades challenge to honor people and events from Black history. So in this part, we will be catching up with some of the changes with the Coates family. There are a couple. And as far as the new rules, since we are in a new decade, everything stays the same except that in this decade, the off-the-grid lot trait can be removed. It can be up to you where in your storyline you turn that off, but my understanding is that electricity did start to come to the more rural areas as well as cities at this point. So electricity is now allowed in houses, and gramophones are now allowed, which you can get. It's either Linslu or Historical Sims Life has a great set of historic types of radios and stuff. And the music styles that are now allowed with those gramophones are classical music, Baroque, and lullabies. All right, so without further ado, let's get into The Sims. Let's go. Welcome to the 1900s, y'all. So not that much has changed. But actually, no, that's a lie. A couple of things have changed. So it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning in the game, and the family is having a bit of a late day because one of the big things that happened was that Elijah got married. So Mr. Elijah is now married to Jordan Johnson, although she's now Jordan Coates. And they actually have a child on the way. So they had a little bit of a quick wedding, but they are married, they are settled, they are actually deeply in love. It's very cute. So Elijah has moved out. He is in his own place, in his own home with Miss Jordan. And Miss Stephanie, who is just now waking up, is actually pregnant with a second child. So right over here we have Isaiah. This is Ben Jr. and Stephanie's firstborn. He was born, let me see, he was born in 1898, and he is, I think, fussy. No, he is a wild child. He's a wild child. And, you know, Ben Jr., he got home one night. Oh, no, she didn't make it. Oh, hon, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, well, you best climb back upstairs and get yourself into a bath. So now we have got, our house has gotten a little bit smaller, but also a little bit full at the same time. So we've got this little toddler. I am realizing that this ladder is just not going to cut it if the toddler wants to hang out and be about on the farm. So we are probably going to have to add like a little staircase outside of the house here, I think. That would probably be the best way to go about it. All right, so we are just getting started in the morning here. Benjamin is taking care of the garden as usual. I'm gonna see if James can help him out. James actually has met someone who I think is turning into a sweetheart for him. This is Kenna Knight. His first impression of her was that she was maybe a little bit annoying, maybe because she's cheerful. You know, he wasn't sure if he could handle her bright and sunny attitude, but they are shaping up to be quite the lovebirds. So Mr. James is a young adult now. That's one of the other changes. Probably should mention. He's a young adult now, and he aged up with the dance machine trait. So he's been spending his nights out at the bar and that is where he met Kenna. Let's see, does this need ice? It does need a little bit of ice. Ben Jr., I'm gonna have you add some ice to the fridge and then get some leftovers. Pretty soon we are going to be removing the off-the-grid lot trait. So in the 1900s, from what I understand, that's when electricity started to come to the more rural areas. Because my understanding is that like the cities really got them first. So probably later on, maybe even in another episode, is when we will have the off-the-grid lot trait removed. Ben Jr., why don't you go use the outhouse? And I don't know if there are any more plants to water or weed. No, but he can start harvesting that. Rose has a major deadline at work approaching and she needs to find a way to knock it out. Why don't you ask for help? So let's see, Benjamin, gonna have harvest all of the crops out here and then take a bath. So now that we have been sort of being smarter about when we plant certain crops, how many that we rotate in and out, sort of maximizing the harvest for each season, the family's funds have been growing immensely. We have been putting in work on our debts, on our loan. So I only took out, I'm using air quotes that you can't see, roughly like $6,500, I think, in loans when I built this house originally. And so I've been adding interest to it every year, which means that at this point we do owe a little bit of a pretty penny. Oh, okay, so the chicken coop is actually pretty clean. How many eggs? Oh, just one egg. Just one egg. We might get a baby chick. We might have them buy another chicken. So anyway, so we had a relatively small loan, but the way I've been doing it, just to make things harder for myself, because why not, I've been adding 10% interest to that every year, or at least, you know, as often as I remember to do it every year. And the family has actually been doing pretty well paying that down, which is really, really exciting. And pretty soon, I think within Benjamin's lifetime, we are going to be able to actually purchase the land that we're on, which is a huge accomplishment, a huge step for any emancipated person, because so many of them were not able to in the beginning. So in 1900, it's estimated that 2/3 of landowners in the Mississippi Delta were actually African American farmers, and so I'm thinking, and planning to have the Coates join that number. Maybe this year, maybe this season. I think we'll just have to see. I'm gonna have you give this little guy a bath. He's been sleeping in far too long. He went in his diaper, in his nappy, I think they used to call them. This little boy, this little angel needs a bath. Oh, and today, before I forget, is Josie's birthday. Josie is turning 18 today, our youngest, our baby. So we are going to have a little birthday party here at the house for her. Looks like she needs to eat again. I wonder, oh my gosh, I wonder if this pregnancy is going to be twins or if it's just because she's in her 3rd trimester, because she is constantly hungry. Like I swear she just ate. Oh, it looks like the elote doesn't fully fill her up. That could be why. That could be why. The elote is just not that filling, I think. Oh, I forgot that I put this toddler chair up here. Are you giving him food? Oh, that's wonderful. James, thank you so much. You're so helpful. I appreciate that. I love the animations of them playing together. It's so sweet. Alright, everyone is super excited. Super excited for this birthday party. So this is going to be a smaller gathering than usual. But we should have all of our main family members here. We've got Alma Crawley and her husband. Oh, and here is her daughter, all aged up and in her 1900s dress. This is Addie Crawley, who's aged up into a child recently. She is just a little sweetie. So Josie is over here talking to her friend Cole Maynard. She's sort of created a little group for herself. Some of her cousins, but also some of the boys in town, and they are all just kind of little goofballs that like to joke and have a good time. Who she would really like to be talking to, though, I think, is Cole's brother. This is Leon Maynard, and Josie just thinks he is the bee's knees. So Josie finds Leon extremely attractive. She does have a pretty big crush on him. And I think she would be very excited that he accepted the invitation to her birthday party today. Oh, this is Jordan. So this is Elijah's wife, who is, I think, 2 or 3 months pregnant, or 2 trimesters in. That's what I meant. 2 trimesters in, not months. And she is a lovely, lovely young lady. She also works as a teacher, actually. So that is sort of how she got introduced to the family, because Stephanie knows her through teaching, and she also goes to the same church as the family. Addie, absolutely not. Here we go, celebrating Josie's birthday as she turns 18 and becomes an adult. Happy birthday, Miss Josie. Hoppel Borfna. All right. And Miss Josie is creative. Her final trait is that she's creative, so she wants to be the leader of the pack. She's outgoing, she's a goofball, and she is creative. Gonna go into Cass and give her a quick makeover. Well, I didn't really have to do too much. I mainly just took the teenage preset off of her, but here is 18-year-old Josie, all grown up and ready to face the world on her own. Or well, not on her own really, because she's got her family, but she is just so beautiful. She reminds me a lot of Rose and Alma, but I think she's also got a lot of her dad in her as well. Stephanie has gone into labor. It is happening. It is happening. I'm gonna wake up Ben Jr. just so that he knows what's going on. I don't think that you're going to make it to the bathroom, my love, so we are going to have this baby. No, we're just gonna have this baby. You're not making it to the bathroom. I'm telling you right now. It's not possible. It's truly, truly not possible, but we are having a baby. We're having another baby. This is so exciting. And we are having a girl this time. Stephanie just gave birth to a baby girl, and now I need to think of what I'm going to name her. I've decided to name our little baby girl Mamie, sort of inspired by May. And here she is, our newest addition to the family. Oh, and Isaiah is getting up and meeting his new Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is such a sweet moment, but she is covered in filth. I can't handle it. I feel like the Coates family is such a good example of it takes a village, because Rose is up here voluntarily responding to Isaiah's cry, and James woke up because of, or sorry, Rose is responding to Mamie's cry, and Isaiah is responding to, oh my god, I keep getting their names all mixed up now. James is responding to Isaiah's cry and got him some food this morning. So it really does take the whole group of them to get everybody ready. Today being Sunday, we are going to go to church today. That is not until 10 though, 10 a.m. So we'll have a 10 a.m. church service today, and hopefully there won't be too much, desecration of church property. We are once again here at the Baptist Church in Willow Creek, where we have all of our weddings and wonderful events. Today it will just be a church service, however. And Miss Kenna Knight is here. This is James' almost beau. I'm gonna have him say hello to her. Let's say hello to her. Why don't we compliment her outfit? Compliment her church outfit. She is looking excellent today. Everyone is dressed up and ready for church. Miss Alma is here. I've dressed up or sort of like redressed a bunch of my Sims for the 1900s. So it's definitely not as in fashion, I think, as some other people might be, but this being the rural South, and people sort of just starting to come into their own money, I think we probably would see more of the townies and neighbors and that family members starting to dress for the times. Stephanie is just helping herself to the bar. She's like, I just had a baby, I deserve this. Oh my gosh, people are burning to death. This cannot happen. Change all of the outfits to hot weather, please. Child, you absolutely will not be making a mess in this house of Sim Jesus today. It will not happen. We can talk to our father-in-law and praise Sim Jesus, and ask your father-in-law about his day, Stephanie. I think she has a decent, well, no, not a very strong relationship with him, so maybe this could be a day where Stephanie gets to know Benjamin a little bit better. We should talk to our sister, Josie. Josie, talk to your older sister, who you are still very, very close to. Can tell her how much you're enjoying your mischief, and give her a compliment on her outfit. Alma's like, oh, you've always been such a silly one. I'm happy that you're enjoying your life. I know I say this literally every time we get the family together, but it is so nice having them all be together and seeing them all interact. And now that especially our kids are growing up and getting on to do different things. James is spending a little quality time with Kenna, and he wants to spend a little more quality time with Kenna. James, why don't you give her a little flirt to compliment her appearance, and just, let her know, remind her that you are thinking about her. They are so cute together. I think that they are so sweet. I think that maybe they're a little bit young. They're still having a little bit of fun, but they're having a good time, and they're being good to each other. So I like that for them. We have a little bit of a musical interlude over here at the end of the church service. Samuel, who I believe is, yes, our chaplain, is playing the piano for everyone here. Oh, I knew it. I knew it would happen. I just knew it. All right, with the final few minutes here, I would love for James to let Kenna know how he really feels. Look at him offering her a rose. August is over here like, oh yeah, I see you. I see you. Oh my goodness. James. Oh, and Alma's like, yes, yes, go after what you want, little brother. She is all for it. That's so funny. Asked to be girlfriend. Yay! Alright, with the last few minutes of the church service, James asked Kenna to be his girlfriend and she agreed. So James is now going steady with her. I love that for you. I love that for you. Oh, and he's so happy. Let's get everyone home. This was a wonderful, wonderful church day for everyone involved, I think, and I'm going to leave this part right here. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for even more videos coming your way. I will see you all in the next one. Thanks. Bye.